guys, it's Bastian time. Welcome to this episode of Nintendo News. I'm your host Bastian. Let's get to that first story. So we'll start out with something that I'm sure you've all seen because it's already had millions of views. It's this amazing video of the Ohio State Marching Band performing during halftime. An amazing set of a medley of various video game themes. And not only are they performing these themes perfectly, but they're marching in design patterns. I don't know the proper terminology, I wasn't in marching band, I'm sorry. But it's just fantastic. And of course, they've got some Mario, they've got some Zelda, some Pokemon, so if you haven't seen this already, and who am I kidding, you already have. But if you haven't, there'll be a link for you down below. Next up is some not so fun news, and if you have done your Wii U pre-order at GameStop, you might want to check in with them and clarify because they have recently made a pretty huge blunder, and it turns out that in a lot of instances, when they were doing the pre-orders for the Wii U, they got a huge mix-up involved and didn't make note of whether you wanted the basic white version or the deluxe black version, and now have, in a lot of instances, ordered the basic version for a lot of people who wanted the deluxe version. So that's a little unsettling. Again, if you have pre-ordered through GameStop, you might want to check with them. Also unsettling is the fact that the place where these Wii U consoles are being manufactured, back in Japan, had a fire recently, that warehouse did, and that was pretty scary. A lot of people were wondering, yikes, is this going to have an effect on how many they will have available and so on, but the answer Nintendo is insisting is no. It had zero impact on the production of the Wii U, so we don't know too much about the fire there at that warehouse, so it sounds like it wasn't that big of a fire, or at least it was a fire in an area that doesn't affect the production of the Wii U, so that's awesome. We'll just hope that that's the case. Our next story is about New Super Mario Bros. U, which of course is the new Super Mario Bros. Game for the Wii U, and recently on their own website, Nintendo posted that, a quote, something like, unlike never before, you'll be able to play a Mario game in 1080p. It turns out that might not actually be the case, because very shortly after they announced that on the website, a whole bunch of various video game websites sort of leapt on that and were spreading the word, oh my gosh, Mario Wii U is going to be in 1080p, and out of nowhere Nintendo changed the website to now just say HD, which is kind of odd. But I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be in 1080p, so it just doesn't seem like it's going to use so much of the Wii U that it would have to bump down to 720, but I mean, HD is HD. Honestly, I really can't tell the difference between 720 and 1080 myself, so yeah. And then our next story comes from Corpse Run. Now, of course, you've probably seen the various Zelda news videos wherein I talked about Corpse Run doing comics on various Zelda things. This one is about Mario and his, usually his nemesis, Lakitu, but sometimes Lakitu is helpful. For instance, sometimes he throws coins instead of spinies? What are those guys called? The guys with the spiny things on their back. They're called spinies, right? That seems wrong. So usually Lakitu is Mario's enemy, but of course we know from Mario 64 he was the person in charge of holding the camera. That is what allows you to see Mario while you're playing the game. And I guess we're just supposed to assume that in all the 3D Mario games, that's always the case. Lakitu's there holding the camera from his fishing pole thing. This comic shows just how uncomfortable it would be if that were taken to the nth degree, so definitely check this one out. So that's it for this episode. Of course, tomorrow is the second Zelda news episode, and I'll see you then. Bye!